Alright, Shabbat Shalom to the elect of YAHAWAH and to the other men, women, and little ones of our nation, who YAHAWASHI is going to have mercy upon them. Shabbat Shalom. Shamaya, AHLA, YAHAWAH, NAWA, YAHAWAH, Hear, O Israel, Yahawah, our God, Yahawah is one. BARAK Yahawah, BARAK YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Bless you, Yahawah, bless you, Yahawashi. In the name of the Holy Spirit, call for Halalyam, NAWA, NAWA, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. All phrases to our Father, our God, Yahawah, in the name, Yahawashi, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Also want to give double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim who are labor in the works, and shalom to you believers, to the Akim or Aqua, which be brothers and few amount of sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth. Alright, BARAK is out the lessons edifying, plain upon the tables, straight to the point. I'm your brother Malkia, representing warriors for YAHAWASHI, Pasadena, Texas camp. Today's lesson is going into Uproars of the People / Sedition among men. What's currently happening in Atlanta, Georgia. Alright, I'm gonna get a post from up here. Alright, and then I'm gonna go to this 𝐤𝐄𝐄 video he got.
Alright, Atlanta. They done broke into the Wells Fargo. Ooh, they ruthless out here in these streets now. Look at them. Damn. They buzzed the ATM machines. Woo, Atlanta. Get it together, Atlanta. Alright, Atlanta. They done broke into the Wells Fargo. Ooh, they ruthless out here in these streets now. Look at them. Damn. They buzzed the ATM machines. Woo, Atlanta. Get it together, Atlanta.
Alright, this is going to take place in many places in the U.S. Alright. Many ATMs, regardless of what bank it is, many cities, many states all throughout America are going to experience the people getting more violent, okay, because of great sorrows, great tribulation, okay. Then we go to 𝐤𝐄𝐄. Alright. And they also going live too. There's another CNN News 18 also going live. But, before I play any of these videos, I just want to say I'm not doing this for money. I am not doing this for money. I am doing this for the will of YAHAWASHI, to feed the flock, to edify the flock, to bring out scriptures from the Bible to prove that our power is doing all of this, that we're in a time where YAHAWASHI is going to judge the world that he made. He's going to visit the world he made. Okay, again, I'm not doing this for money. So don't strike me, BAHASHAM. Alright, please. Alright, let's get 𝐤𝐄𝐄 first.
Listen, I'm super excited to show you what I built today. Oh, yay! Let me see that.
If you're under 65 and not on Medicaid, you need to see this. The president just...
This is 𝐤𝐄𝐄. I want to share with you here some updates and some footage out of Georgia after this night of rage took place in Atlanta, where Antifa members started to Molotov cocktail police cars, bust out windows, and they say that a small group was caught with explosives, although they do not say exactly what those explosives were, if they were fireworks or other devices, and multiple people arrested in this event. This is a look at what it was looking like. Now, all of this sparked after a confrontation between police and a protester, where shots were fired and an individual was killed.
You heard that said between a protester and a police officer. Right? Sedition among men, they shall not regard their kings and princes. Alright? Remember that. I'm gonna get that after this video.
Now all of this sparked after a confrontation between police and a protester, where shots were fired and an individual was killed. Classic Antifa chants there. You can see a large mob here. And on top of this, we had a shooting inside of California that took the lives of 10 people as well. All of this being connected to this so-called Night of Rage. Again, this is a look at Atlanta. We may see more from here. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, 𝐤𝐄𝐄7, for more live updates. You'll find links below.
That is actually kind of dangerous.
This department was deployed to protect that right of protest. However, when that group arrived at the intersection of Ellis Street and Peachtree Street, a group inside that marching crowd decided to start committing illegal acts, which included the breaking of windows.
But yeah, you know, if you want to watch it live, just go to CNN-News 18. This is live at the moment. It's titled as, okay. It's titled as Atlanta Violence Live Update. Violent protests in downtown Atlanta over killing of activists. News 18. A protest turned violent in downtown Atlanta on Saturday night in the wake of the death of an environmental activist who was killed by authorities this week after officials said 26-year-old shot a state trooper. Should be tradition among men, right? They shall not regard their kings or princes. They shall take the course in their own action. Alright, we're gonna get that. Alright, but I'm gonna read this last part, the last paragraph. Masked activists dressed in all black threw rocks and lit fireworks in front of a skyscraper that houses the Atlanta Police Foundation, shattering large glass windows. They then lit a police cruiser on fire, smashed more windows, and vandalized walls with anti-police graffiti as stunned tourists scattered. Atlanta Violence Live Update. Okay, so you see it there. Alright, so that's the channel name right there. Alright, so let's get the descriptions out. Get straight to the point. Alvarez's out there, lesson is edifying. Alright. Let's start off with this first, because this is the small hats, the Jewish, right, which is the Amalekites, those who are currently in rulership. The least banking family, they're doing something called RAWCHAA. They're staging stage events like this going on in Atlanta, and other events that's going on around the world, especially in America, you know, like violent events, just so they can have an excuse to bring in something called martial law, or like law, have troops out there, okay, to be able to use deadly force to come down with that great wrath upon the prophets, the servants of YAHAWASHI. Alright. It says 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us. Of who? Of the elect. Of YAHAWASHI. For we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? In the blue of the Bible, devices also goes into an evil purpose. Right? So the elect are not going to be ignorant of Satan's physical counterpart, Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Right? His evil purpose, his schemes, his tricks, his plots. Okay, we know that the devil goes into deceiver, false accuser, adversary, one that plots against. Right? That's all Satan does, and his physical counterpart does the same thing. He comes in and working, right? The energy, the operation of spiritual Satan, right? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Especially those that's currently in rulership right now, like the high banking family, the Rothschild family, the elites, small hats, right? The Amalekites. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Alright, the elect ain't gonna be deceived by this. They're not gonna be ignorant of this. Alright, so let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 through 4. KJVA. Alright. Alright, so the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 through 4, and it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when you seest part of the signs fast, like prophecies, which I have told thee before, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest, YAHAWASHI, will begin to visit the world which he made. And I think the CB version or the Good News translation is one of them. It says, begin to judge the world he made. Alright. Verse 3, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right, uproars. Let's go to uproars.
Uproar.
Says a loud and impassioned noise or disturbance. The definition right here with a dot, right, with the bullet. A public expression of protest or outrage. Alright. Similar terms for the definition up here: turmoil, chaos, commotion, disturbance, mayhem, noise, racket, shouting, right? Yelling. You saw all of that in that video. Okay, in both. Okay. Down here, outcry, outrage, and
outrage.
An extremely strong reaction of anger, shock, or indignation. Right?
Complaint.
A statement that a situation is unsatisfactory or unacceptable. Okay. Alright, so you pretty much get the point here. Okay. Alright. Similar terms for uproars. The one I want to get though is protest right here. Protest. A statement or action expressing disapproval of or objection to something. Alright, so protest. Alright, they're protesting in a loud and impassioned noise or disturbance. Okay, It's a public expression of protest or outrage. Okay. So let's read verse 3 again. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWASHI spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Alright. These are the uproars. For example, in this current lesson, the ATL, violent protest is one of many signs that the prophets will use to measure the time diligently in itself. The sign has come to pass, right? To let us know that this is a time that Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWASHI will begin to visit the world which He made. He's about to judge a lot of people. Okay. Let's see if I can put that in a different version. Second Esdras. Okay. Alright, so this is the Good News Translation. For 2nd Esdras chapter 9 verse 1 to 4. He answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs, the prophecies I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, Most High, will bring judgment on the world He has created. And we come to a time of great judgment, mass death. Alright. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, national intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. Okay, Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe is the unstable leader, confused ruler. Kamala Harris, she's confused. Okay, America itself is just confused. For ball. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what Yahawah, the Most High, has spoken about since the beginning of creation. Right? This will let the prophet know that this is the time that Yahawah YAHWASHI is getting to judge His creations. Okay, all right. Great judgment is coming, and these types of events, people behaving this way, breaking into banks, setting police vehicles on fire, and etc. It's going to get worse, much worse, and more destructive. It's literally going to be looking like a war zone out here real soon, literally. Second Esdras. Start the KJV first. Alright, so the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verses 14 through 19, KJV, the Apocrypha. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Modern day swords, guns, right? Someone got killed, okay, that went up against a police officer, if I'm not mistaken. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition, among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes. The kings, like presidents, vice presidents, right? For example, the princes, you could think of like the police officers, state troopers, those who are supposed to enforce Esau Edom's laws to the public, to the people. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. The people are rising up and taking actions in their own hands, okay? Because they're not regarding kings and princes anymore. Verse 17, and it's going to get so bad out here, right? That verse 17, a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. All right, another lockdown is coming, and this upcoming lockdown is going to be much more harsh, much more strict, draconian, much more chaos going on outside, out and about. That people are during a lockdown, people are not going to be wanting to leave anyway because of how afraid they are. The amount of chaos that's going on out here in America. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So how much more women? Right? You're already seeing houses being destroyed, businesses being destroyed, banks being destroyed. Okay? It's only going to increase. It's going to get much more worse. Vehicles being destroyed, people's property. Okay? Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right, with the guns, the firearms, and spoil, like take, right, their goods, their resources, because of the lack of bread, because of famine, and for great tribulation, for sorrow. Alright, we're going to get that in GNT right quick. And then we'll close it with that one. Man, that's not the one. Bear with me, bro. I'll read it from here, but I'll have to go down. So again, we're going to read 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verses 14 to 19, but in the GNT, right? The GNT version, okay. Right, verse 14 is right here. Alright, so verse 14 down to 19. The world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Right, World War III, the third war that's coming quickly, civil war, race wars, all types of war. War upon war. It's going to be a Call of Duty war zone out here in America for real. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations, right? You know, people are going to actually be arming themselves with firearms, deadly weapons to go against one another, as high as like military level, all the way down to like a thug. Okay, your average Joe, your average Eve, wicked as hell, going out their own ways, taking the course of their own actions, arming themselves with weapons. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control, while ignoring the legitimate government. Right? There shall be sedition among men. Right? They shall not regard their kings and princes. Their kings or princes. They shall take a course into their own action. Just paraphrasing. That's the KJV version. Verse 17. There will no longer be free access to the cities. Why is that? Because of, you know, a lockdown, martial law, the amount of chaos that's going on out there. Alright, you're probably going to need proper credentials, some kind of QR code, proper credentials. You got to be updated with whatever credentials so you can be able to go from city to city. To go from Pasadena to Houston, Pasadena to Southwest. Let me select it. From Pasadena to like Alameda, Genoa. From there to like Webster. From Webster to Lee City, to Texas City, and Galveston, and you name it. And whatever the other brothers are scattered at, you know. There will no longer be free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Verse 19, driven by famine, right, lack of bread, and terrible suffering, like great tribulation. Driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. So once the famine is really at its peak, right, it's affecting all the people out here. The economy shuts down. There's no more 911 to call. No more police officers coming to your aid. It's pretty much survival of the fittest. You on your own pretty much, right? If you don't have YAHAWASHI, right? People are gonna start taking the course of their own actions. People are gonna be reacting based off of the flesh. They're not gonna be moving with the spirit of YAHAWASHI. So because of that, they're going to be robbing people, looting, breaking into different businesses, taking whatever they consider to be a resource: food, water, medicine, women, children, men. You know, whatever is considered a resource, people want to take it. All right. So that's the time they're coming into. All right. I'm gonna play that video one more time. And then we'll close up. From the double. Then we'll close out.
Nice place.
Thanks.
Did you know? Paying rent can...
Alright. Just in case, like, copyright.
This is 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐅𝐿. I want to share with you here some updates and some footage out of Georgia after this night of rage took place in Atlanta, where Antifa members started to Molotov cocktail police cars, bust out windows, and they say that a small group was caught with explosives, although they do not say exactly what those explosives were, if they were fireworks or other devices, and multiple people arrested in this event. This is a look at what it was looking like. Now, all of this sparked after a confrontation between police and a protester, where shots were fired and an individual was killed. Classic Antifa chants there. You can see a large mob here. And on top of this, we had a shooting inside of California that took the lives of 10 people as well. All of this being connected to this so-called Night of Rage. Again, this is a look at Atlanta. We may see more from here. Make sure to follow me
Vehicle is on fire.
on Twitter and Instagram, 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐅7, for more live updates. You'll find links below.
Alright, so Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Alright, to the elect and to the other believers out there, YAHAWASHI. Hopefully the lesson was edifying. Akim, feel free to leave some precepts, some scriptures on the comment board to edify the flock, to feed the flock. Alright. So a call for NAWA, NAWA, HAYA, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. all phrases to our Father, our God, Yahweh, in the name, YAHAWASHI, in the name of the Holy Spirit. I also want to give double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laboring works. And shalom to you believers, to the Akim wa which be you brothers and few of my sincere sisters who do scribe to the truth. DTA, Abad, Baba Soon, Kwam North Allah, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BARAK, Shalak, Rayum, Ainasham, Abadium, Haragium, Mashapatium, Al-Kal Adamwamium, Gawayum, 𝤉𝐄𝐄𝐄, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the water